right, could you?
Really? That's a lie, gentlemen. This is what's going to happen. Let me give you a hint. The God of the universe is love. He loves you more than anybody else ever will. He loves you more intimately than you ever love yourself. And because of that, he's going to give you what you love the most. So let's say, for instance, bang! You drop dead right there. You had a heart attack. Dead. And the God of the universe looks at you and says, I love you very, very much, son. And because I love you so much, I will now give you what you love the most forever. Would that be him? And could you prove it by the time you give him every day? Do you fit God into your life, or do you build your day around God? Because God will not force himself on you. He just won't. He'll give you what you want. And that's why you have to sit there and think, is God the one you love more than anything? And see, gentlemen, this isn't about, just breaking sins or having things. It's about doing things out of love of God. So we're going to go through a fast examination conscience with you, huh? So we're going to do this by going through the commandments. Now, the way I hear confessions, I'm the only one that does this. Don't ask another priest here to do it this way because they'll kill me. I've been doing this. I got it okayed. I've been doing this for over 20 years, huh? And that's with me. You can come in and say, I'll ask you and I'll say, questions or tell me. Now, you can tell me. It's totally up to you. We don't push anything on anybody. You can tell me and say, oh, Father, it's okay, I'll tell you. It's been 6 months since my last confession. These are my sins, da-da-da. And you have to give some kind of time about how many you've done things, okay? Or you can ask for the questions. If you ask for the questions, you'll be out of there in less than 60 seconds. Now, this is, I'll sit there and say, okay, Father, can I have those questions? I've never heard of those before. I know, because anyone doesn't. So he goes for the questions. And then I'll sit there and I'll say, are you married or single? Because there's different sets of questions, right? And then I'll say, we'll just go through the commandments together. Do you pray every day? Yes or no? Use God's holy name in vain? Yes or no? And you have to give me some kind of, well, yeah, I do that a lot, Father. I only did it once, whatever. Do you miss Mass? Have you missed Mass since your last confession? Yes or no? Have you dishonored your parents? Have you got angry, hurt others with your words, made fun of others? Had to help someone have an abortion, impure thoughts, impure actions with yourself, not married oral sex with another, intercourse with another, married artificial birth control, you committed adultery? Have you had sex with someone of the same sex? Have you looked at pornography? Have you lied? Have you cheated? Have you stolen? Have you gossiped? Have you been jealous? Have you got drunk? Have you got high? Have you been judgmental? Have you been proud? Do you consistently take care of the poor? Is there anything else? Now, this is what normally happens. Yes, 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 yes. No, I'd never do that one, Father. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I'd like to try that one, Father. Whack! Yes, 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 yes. Is there anything else? Yeah, I don't like cats, and I set one on fire once to watch it burn. You are going to hell. Then I'll sit there and say, are you sorry? You must say you're sorry to be forgiven. Then I'll sit there and say, your penance is 1 Our Father. Now, you'll sit there and say to me, Father, I don't think that's enough. Well, nobody asked you. I'm the priest. I'm telling you. That's the way it is. Because if I give you 10 Our Fathers and 10 Hail Marys, what are you going to do? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Our Father, I do 10. I better do another one just in case. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. And I think God in heaven sometimes is sitting there saying, oh, shut up. Give me one and mean it, huh? So in 23 years, I've only given 1 Our Father. Different priests might give you 10 Our Fathers, 10 Hail Marys, 10 rosaries, depending on how bad you've been. I don't know. They might tell you to be nice to your wife and take a rose to her because you're nasty. Whatever it happens to be, you need to do the penance the priest gives you. The only thing is, because to me, it's the perfect prayer of Christ. My next book coming out is called Just Live It. It's a reflection on the Lord's Prayer. Most people haven't a clue what they mean when they say that prayer. So I always say, 1 Our Father, okay? Then I'll give you absolution. If you walk out of that room after any of these priests give you absolution, you die, you go right to heaven. So for some of you, that might be the only way to get you there, huh? So we're going to have to kill you right after you walk out. Bang! Okay, you get to go right to confession. Whew, at least they went to heaven. But anyway, so that's just the thing. But you need to really make a good examination of conscience. And here, of course, this is going to help you. There's so much in this book about going to confession. There's a nice pamphlet here to help you go to confession. Now, guys, listen. When you go to confession, you do not want to bring these in with you and go through each one. There are 525 guys and 15 priests, 16, 17 priests. Yeah, 17 priests. So you figure out the math. So we don't have time to sit there and do counseling, or do we have time to go through this whole list with you? Okay, I did that. I don't know about this one. Can you explain this one to me? I'm going to do the explanations now, okay? So we're going to go through this. So don't do that to the priest. You go in there, make your confession. The priest is going to forgive you, and then you're going to be able to walk out, okay? And then you're going to be a saint. You'll all get to be saints today, won't you? You walked in here sinners, you walk out of here saints. It's going to be glorious.